Hello, hello, you guys. Welcome back. I added three more cards to the deck. We've got Whistle, the Impossible Itch, and Domino. Very interesting little story that came out with that, um, which really put a fire underneath my seat. So there we are. I'm going to go ahead and put these in as I always do from our last story. I did post the Google version already on the other channel. If you're interested, by all means, check that out. The information's in the description. I will be right back. All right, we are back. Just want to show you, I've got them all in there like that. I'm going to push them all down, and then we're going to go ahead and shuffle them the way we always do. Rainbow. Oh, and spiderweb. All right, hold on just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle them in. All right, we are back. Just so you, one last little shuffle. Oopsie. Just for good measure, of course, I don't like knowing what I just put up there, so. All right. No. Sorry, folks. I've got to do one more shuffle. Whatever's meant to be will be, right? It's so funny how weirded out I am about it. Okay. So, bottom of the deck, we have our fishbowl, which is our overall energy. Splitting the deck, we have the camera. Oh, I thought it wanted to come out. The exclamation. Those are going to be the cutting of the decks. So our first card out is backwards. We have, what is that? Oh, the penguin. We've got the bathtub. Cactus. Taking the lead. Crown. 11. Caged heart. Lemons. Final test. And this kind of wanted to come out with it. The feather. The number 7. Facing fears with love. Dash. Locomotive. It's not even, it's just really rough sketch. We've got the whistle, which is one of the new ones. We've got ladder. The number 8. Storage. Pineapple. Yo-yo. Golly. Jacket. Look at all the blue cars we have. This is like a cool, comfortable. We've got bench, projector, Midlar Ars. Wow, this is a difficult one, guys. We've got Grace, Tornado, Success, Magnetic, with the last card being semicolon, was able to stop but chose not to. Okay. I've got 20 minutes to figure this one out. I do find it interesting. We've got all these newer energies here at the beginning of the rose. The fishbowl being the overall energy is being supervised, being watched, being taken care of, being left out on the counter, somebody's pet, appreciation, adoration, enjoyment. I'm thinking about glass houses. Don't throw stones at glass houses. Maybe, and then splitting the deck is something subconsciously, that's something that we really need to take a look at, is the fact that these are moments in time that are being captured. So we should enjoy those, right? Take the time to enjoy those small moments that we're able to capture and hold on to. We've got the penguin at the beginning of the story. The penguin, speaking of stones, the penguin will bring a stone to its desired mate, right? And then if she, I don't know how it works in the penguin world, but I'm assuming the male brings the stone to the female. And if the female accepts it, then they're a match, right? It's like a whole different way of doing the swipe. But in this case, the penguin is leaving the group, and scientists don't know why penguins do that. They think they either get disorientated, or they just, like, literally they turn around and they go towards the mountains. Maybe someone doesn't feel well, and they're isolating themselves, and they're not wanting to be a burden on anybody else, perhaps. Kind of like when, from what I understand, cats, when they know that it's pretty much their final moments, that they'll leave the family because they want to not be a burden to the family. So they'll kind of go off on their own, so that way they can, cross the bridge. We've got the bathtub there, and then we've got the cactus. Two polar opposites, right? The bathtub is a place where you can kind of sit and relax. You can detox. You can put essential oils in there. I wanted to actually say Epsom salts, but essential oils came out. Maybe some essential oils might be toxic to somebody's pets, just because we did bring up the whole pet thing. So you want to be mindful of that. Bathtub is also pulling the plug, and with the cactus, with a prickly situation, something that's very uncomfortable, dried out, exhausted. I'm also thinking about the desert, where you have that, what is that word? When there's an illusion there in the horizon, and it's like a, gosh, I can't think of the word. It's right there. It's got a certain word. That's all right. It might come back later. Someone is probably taking the lead out of that situation, making those kind of choices to actually sit back, look at their situation, and make better choices, or positive choices that are going to take them to a place of being crowned or royalty, or maybe they're listening to their crown chakra. And this number 11 is a spiritual number, combining the earth planes with the spiritual planes. So maybe someone is taking heed to where they're being led as far as their intuition is concerned, in order to make sure, or to maneuver their way out of a caged heart situation where they're feeling like they're kind of limited at what direction they can go to. Someone is on the next row. We've got the lemons, and we've got the final test with the feather and the 7 card. Spiritual, the facing your fears, the dash, and the locomotive. Lemons to me is they're citrus, of course, and they're sour. So someone could have been in a sour situation. Maybe they were treated poorly on this path when it was in regards to someone else's final test. But perhaps they're making the best out of that situation. As we said, the first go around, they're bringing themselves out of it. Again, with the confirmation of the feather and the seven. The seven is a spiritual number connected with the spiritual planes. The feather is also a spiritual token or symbol of sorts. Maybe someone is making lemonade out of the situation and they are just treading real lightly on the surface of things and just trying to select the right path to go down in order for their best outcome. This person could be a little bit nervous to take this step. They could be facing this situation with the best way that they can. Maybe they're going to wear their heart on their sleeve, show their great personality, and maybe it's going to amount to something for them. Maybe some kind of income is on the horizon. They're trying to shed the skin of the past and move forward to the future. Whatever was in the past was just a figment of time. It was just a range of, dates. It's that moment in the time that you're capturing between the two experiences in life, right? So it's time to get back on the track. You've got a planned destination, so to speak. The tracks are laid out. Just get on the train and just follow your path that way. Just one stop at a time. You don't have to go the whole mile right now. You could just do one stop now and then take the next stop, and whatever scheduled is scheduled. We've got the whistle there, and then there's a ladder with the number 8 and the storage. The whistle, every time I see the whistle, I hear the song, blow the whistle, boop, boop, doop, boop. Blow the whistle, boop, boop, doop, boop. And you can't just do one time. You've got to do it twice. So someone could be blowing the whistle on some kind of situation where someone was trying to maybe on some kind of work situation where someone was trying to climb the ladder. Maybe it is someone who's it's a masculine action, which means taking action with great focus, determination, fortitude, whatnot. Whoever's at this workplace prior to, maybe someone had a past experience that wasn't great at work. Perhaps that's why it's underneath this whole final test scenario, and it was pulling the plug on it. Maybe someone's final test was to see how they were going to interact with this person. Were they going to give that person the advancement that they so desired and that they so deserved and earned? Someone is calling foul on the situation of why this person may have not gotten that promotion or that advancement, considering she's got that sad look on her face, and we've got the locomotion as far as that's action, advancement, being on that path, that work path, that going up the ladder kind of path. This could have been something that has to pertain to someone. Maybe I'm thinking Leo just because it's the month 7 and 8. It could have been July and August when this stuff originally started to transpire. It could even go back to as far as 1987 or 78, considering maybe there are people involved in that who knew people who knew people who knew people, and then down the line it ended up being a situation where this is being called out on. I don't know, folks. It could involve someone who is 78 or 87. There could be storage involved. There could be memories that have been stored. There could be information that is stored. That this information could be coming from this male person who possibly is having these memories and is looking back in their memory about, okay, this person was really welcoming. They were really kind. They were really generous. They were really they brought a lot of prosperity into the building. Perhaps they were really great with the people who were around them. The pineapple has a very tough, leathery exterior, but inside it is so sweet. But I have to say, if you eat too much pineapple, you're going to get sores on your tongue, folks. So just be mindful. Maybe this person, while they are in this position, even though there could have been some kind of circumstances that were challenging to them, they were really kind of professional, not kind of, but they were professional and they were regal. They treated everyone with respect in the situation that was there. They had their little green crown on. So they were new in the role. They were new in how they were dealing with all the situations, but they were regal and proud about it. They handled it well. They straightened their crown and they took care of any kind of chaotic kind of situations that they were running into, regardless of the childish games that were being played or maneuvered or conspired to keep this person bound. Perhaps that's where they wanted this person to be, in a place where they could not even move. They were restricted, put on the bench here. They were somebody in their workplace really did a number on projecting these very, very medieval sort of tactics, right? Where this person who's the pineapple or who's the hard worker or who was forced to leave the group or whatnot really extended grace to these people, even though it was a chaotic, a natural disaster kind of situation. And in handling the situation in that way, in extending that grace and realizing that, people are not perfect. We go through these rounds in life, whether you believe in reincarnation or recycling or coming back or past lives. Sometimes past lives can just be those ranges of time in our current life that have been made to be something that we're having to deal with currently now in a different maybe decade of life currently in this lifetime. Perhaps there's some kind of success in however they handled that situation, and it's attracting the success going forward. This success is something that, it could have stopped in the past. It could have been completely halted, considering this was so close with the jacket. It was something that could have been completely ruined. It could have been done over and over and over to this person, considering you've got to practice doing a yo-yo. You don't get it on your first time. It could have really destroyed this person's future, but because of the way that they handled the situation through these medieval kind of tactics, through all the projection that was being thrown upon this person, this big drama that was being put out there, that was benched all in all because someone pulled that whistle. It's really attracting good things and positivity into this person's life. Instead of repelling this person, it's going to attract their new tribe, their new group. We've got benching of the caged heart. There's no more of that. You're not having to sit out on the sidelines. This heart is able to beat because it was able to face its fears with the love that it is able to continue to love regardless of what kind of environment it's in, whether it's caged or not caged. I guess that is the message for today's story. Let me get our word cards out. Oh, shucks. Oh, I didn't even change the lights. So sorry. Usually I have a different light color and a different fireplace color for the new story, but I completely forgot. Take me back. Maybe there's someone in that workplace that wants you to take them back, so they may want you to come back to that original job. All these fell on the floor. I'm just gonna pick them up. There's a lot of cards here. These two cards were under those. Okay, so we've got ask why, support, and then we've got upside down Taurus. Maybe a Taurus was in their south node. Maybe someone's not being stubborn anymore and offering support. We've got lost, and then star. Maybe someone had some lost wishes. The timing of that was just bad. There was no order. There was concern. And then the number 14 for me is a jury. And then you've got your two alternates there. It also adds up to a 5, which is a change. We've got our judgment here, which also kind of goes with that 14. The initial Z, it could be first, middle, or last name. It could also be someone's nickname. It did come in as an N, so it could be an N as well, depending. We're dealing with a lady of some sort. Maybe someone remained a lady in the situation. There's a Gemini involved. Blessing, just walk away. Someone walked away from a blessing. Huh. There's options. The 12 with the two alternates would be options. So maybe there is some kind of case going on here. Some judgment that's going to be called, because we've got the judgment card there. I'm checking to see if they're thick or not. Timing, divine order, but it's not order. There's no order. There's no order in the timing. Maybe the timings don't make sense. A lost, it's not a star. So it was someone who wanted to be a star, but they're just lost, and they made decisions based on being lost, and now they're asking for forgiveness and being asked to be taken back. All right, I've got 6 minutes. I feel bad trying to rush through these, but I mean, it's good in a way, because who wants to sit there for an hour? We've got glee. Someone is happy, and it's going to be over coffee, perhaps. What is this? That's whack upside down, so it's not whack. Oh, and I just pulled it off over the delight card and then value. So someone's not whack. Someone's seeing the value in them, and they're delighted. There's comfy here. Maybe someone's future is going to show as being comfortable. The smoke is clearing because that's going up and down. We've got eyes going up and down. So we've got some eyes on this project. Someone's in glee about what it is that they have found. And then we've got a ring underneath. Eyes on the ring. Eyes on the prize, perhaps. And I'm going to leave it there, you guys. And I'm going to probably label it as eyes on the prize. With that being said, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and let Google have a crack at this, removing, of course, all the word cards, and that will be on, oops, sorry if that was loud, and that will be on that other channel of Awakening the Artistic Seer Asks. Thank you so much. Take care and make it a great day.